This World War II plane wreck isn't just a tragedy. It's also a story of survival against impossible odds. Lost to the jungle for decades, it was finally found for good in 2024. It's known as the Flying Dutchman. I'm returning to Papua New Guinea to once again experience World War II history and for the culture and community that make this place unforgettable. I'm Donna, and this is Some Bold Adventure. In 2018, I went to Papua New Guinea to hike the trail my grandfather and the other World War II soldiers known as the Ghost Mountain Boys took in 1942. Now I'm going back, this time to see a World War II plane wreck deep in the jungle. The Ghost Mountain Boys spent a month battling jungle terrain, disease, hunger, and exhaustion before they ever reached the enemy. On my first trip here, I spent 3 weeks pushing myself to my limits just to finish the trail, and there was no battle waiting for me. I struggled a lot, but I made it to Buna. And somehow I find myself on the way back to this place I've never been able to forget. It was 1942 when my grandfather came here as part of the U.S. 32nd Red Arrow Division. And it was 2018 when I came to hike the Kapa Kapa trail that he and the other men in his battalion had to trek on their way to fight the Japanese at Buna. And now in 2025 I go back to see the wreck of the Flying Dutchman that was rediscovered a year ago. This trip, same as my last one and same as the American soldiers during the war, starts in the village of Gaba Gaba. The Kapa Kapa trail used by the American soldiers in World War II is actually named after a mispronunciation of this place, Gaba Gaba, the village near the starting point of the trail. We had an amazing send-off here once again with food, music, and speeches. Sir Anopala, Member of Parliament for the Rigo area where the village of Gaba Gaba is, talked of the history of the trail and brought tears to my eyes.
When those days soldiers went home, they told stories of the trail that broke their bodies. They call it the toughest they had ever walked. But they also spoke of the courage of the Papuans who helped them, who refused to leave anyone behind. That is how the world came to know the Kapa Kapa Trail. But to us, it was never a place of ghosts. It was and still is a place of guardians, a place where the living and departed walked side by side. When those young Americans came here, many of them were just boys. They had never seen mountains and jungles like ours. And suddenly they found themselves here in Gaba Gaba, or Kapa Kapa, and when they could no longer carry their packs or their wounded, it was our people who lifted them. Some of these soldiers made it home. Many did not. They never saw their families again. We remember them because they died amongst us, and in our culture, when somebody dies on your land, they never truly live. His story becomes part of our story. His blood becomes part of our blood. Their spirits remain here, not as ghosts to be feared, but as sons adopted by our land. They became part of us, part of our families, and part of our history. Their spirits become one with the mountains, the rivers, and the people who live there. And so today, Kapa Kapa Trail, or the Ghost Mountain Trail, is not just a trail for battle. It is a bridge between two families, the people of Papua New Guinea and the people of America. Even now, when American visitors come to walk this trail, they will come with tears in their eyes. They walk the same grounds their fathers and grandfathers once walked. They walk as family returning home. We are honoring the friendship that was born here, bond that is crossed generations. This place, Gaba Gaba, once again, the front line, is where their journey started. The first point of entry for the American soldiers who began their long march into the mountains.
It was good to be back in Gaba Gaba, to see the beautiful village built over the water, and to see old friends from my last trip here. And it was quite the event with a lot of press coverage. This time we weren't setting out to hike the whole Kapa Kapa trail. We would be turning off into the jungle to see the wreck of the Flying Dutchman. And while this is a great adventure, it's also a chance to be part of something bigger, because establishing this trek as a tourism route will bring much needed benefits to the villages along the trail. If you liked the video, be sure and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to follow the adventure. In the next video, we'll be flying to a grass airstrip in the jungle and starting our trek to the Flying Dutchman.